This is not financial advice. I'm recording my thoughts about Tesla. In the past few months, I've made several videos about Tesla. In almost every one of them, I said that I could buy this stock at about $200 or less. And that time has come because Tesla is currently trading at about $204. I came up with this $200 buying price because I was estimating about $400 stock price in 2025. That means I will get a 2x in 4 years if I buy the stock at about $200. Needless to say, I'm going to start buying the stock, but I will not go crazy. I will only buy a few shares. That way, even if the stock price goes lower, I can buy more. If it goes higher, I will be in the profit zone. Let's look at Tesla's evaluation in January of 2026 to get an idea of how I even came up with this $200 buying price and why I'm comfortable with this buying price. In 2021, they made about $54 billion of revenue, and I'm estimating that they can grow about 50% in the next 4 years. They will make about $273 billion of revenue in 2025. I want to double check whether this is even possible physically for Tesla. And for that, I'm going to show another screenshot in which I'm going to assume that Tesla can make about 5 million cars in 2025. And if the price per unit is about $50,000, that's going to fetch them about $250 billion. FSD is a very, very difficult problem that will take years to solve. And the Tesla bot would be maybe 10 times harder than the FSD. So I don't think by 2026 they will get any revenue because of these two. Energy and others, it only contributes about 5% of Tesla's revenue now, so that's not very significant. But I'm assuming that they can ramp up their revenue to about $20 billion in 2025, which will make the total revenue to about $272 billion. So assumption of $273 billion of revenue in 2025, in my opinion, is reasonable. Currently, Tesla's net profit margin is in the order of 13%, and the highest that I've ever seen was about 17%. But as they grow their manufacturing capability, they can get more and more efficient, and they can achieve about 20% in my opinion. So I'm going to assume 20% net profit margin with which they can make about $55 billion of net income in 2025. And for this company, a reasonable multiple would be about 25. So if I assume 25 multiple, this company would be worth about 1.37 trillion in 2025. With respect to outstanding shares, I'm assuming 3.13 billion shares, and I'm not going to assume that Tesla is going to do a buyback because they need a lot of money for their capital expenditure, and I don't think this is a good price for them to do a buyback. So with that outstanding number of shares, the stock price would be about $436 in 2026 January. So realistically, since I'm only looking at 2x in 4 to 5 years, I can buy the stock when it falls to about 200 or low. Overall, I feel like $200 is a good entry point, but I'm not going to go crazy and buy a lot more because I feel that there is more pain ahead.